I'll compare the brand new Adidas Nemeziz 17 Plus 360 Agility with the boot that it replaces, the Adidas Messi 16 Plus PureAgility, to see how big the differences actually are and which is the better football boot, so you out there can decide which one to get. So make sure you're subscribed and let's get it on. Both boots feel pretty neat and wicked out of the box, but that's kind of where the comparisons stop. Because as you guys probably know by now, the Nemeziz is made primarily out of the elasticated torsion tape, whereas the Messi 16 Plus boots are made with this two-piece upper construction with the inner tech fit shell that is then covered by the outer shell made out of agility knit. And that means that you get a rather much tighter and more compressed feeling in the Nemeziz, whereas the Messi boots feel more padded and plush around your foot. The fit itself is also very different, despite both boots actually having what I would describe as a low-cut collar. Because on the Nemeziz, we once again see that the fit is quite a lot tighter around the ankle, and also you get these little silicone dots on the inside to make sure that the boot just generally feels like an extension of your foot, and that everything stays in place where it's supposed to. And all of this is, of course, because of this here elasticated torsion tape around your ankle. On the Messi's, it does feel a little bit more loose around the ankle. It feels a bit more solid and bulky because of that extra material and the general shape of the collar itself. So while the Messi boots are a lighter boot, they're also wider and they feel more comfortable in the classical, oh my god, I'm wearing slippers on my feet sense. You do get a more narrow, slim, snug and tight sensation in the Nemeziz. Talking about lockdown though, while the Nemeziz is very impressive, especially considering the fact that it doesn't have any laces, you do admittedly get the better lockdown in the Messi boots because they do have the lacing system. On the touch, both boots will give you a pretty close and textured touch on the ball. But again, as the trend goes, the Nemeziz is just a thinner boot, which means that you get a closer touch on the ball in this here bad boy because of the fact that it's just tape and a foam inner liner. And despite having the Agility Knit 2.0 toe box, which is in general very textured and grippy, it is nowhere near sticky and grippy as the Messi boots, because it is very grippy, and it's very grippy all over the upper because of this here coating of the Agility Knit, the first generation of the Agility Knit. And in general, the touch is just a little bit softer and more dampened and padded in the Messi boots, both when you dribble and when you shoot. And when it comes to shooting, actually, it just goes that there is really no competing with that awesome uninterrupted fit you get in the Nemeziz. Because while you do admittedly also get a pretty good clean strike in the Messi boot because of the lace cover, it's really difficult to compete with a laceless boot because there is no extra material, there are no laces that need to be covered. It's just you and the ball and no bullshit. Looking at the Soleplate, both boots have the same stud configuration or the same stud positioning, if you will, but I feel that the Nemeziz is a bit more all-round with its semi-conical studs compared to the triangular bladed studs on the Messi's, because of the fact that the semi-conical studs feel good both when you want to accelerate and when you want to turn. And then there's also the fact that the plate is a bit stiffer on the Nemeziz because of the torsion bar under the midfoot and the stiffer forefoot. And that means that it is more responsive and sharp when you want to change direction. Whereas the Messi's, on the other hand, does feel more comfortable because of the extra flex of the plate. Let's look at the facts for Nemeziz 17 Plus. It weighs 210 grams with an insanely slim, tight, locked-in and sock-like fit. The striking is clean and very one-to-one, with a slightly textured, distractionless and close touch. The Soleplate is stiff and responsive with semi-conical studs, but the boot takes a while to properly break in. The price is €330 and it gives you a strapped-in on-your-toe sensation that is perfect for the dribbler. The Messi 16 Plus weighs 205 grams and has a slightly wide, accommodating and soft fit. The striking is clean, satisfying and grippy, with a textured, sticky and slightly padded touch. The Soleplate has a soft forefoot with triangular studs, but the boot is slightly bulky and a little too sticky. The price is €300 and you get a decent comfy boot with both ups and downs. So both the Nemeziz 17 Plus and the Messi 16 Plus might be built around the same agility idea. But I feel that the Nemeziz is a lot tighter, it's more nimble and it is more responsive, whereas the Messi boots are more padded, they're more grippy and they are more conventionally comfortable. And probably, or definitely, I would go with Nemeziz every day of the week because of this here tiptoeing elegance. But I'd love to know what you guys would choose. You should let me know in the comment section right down below. Also, don't forget to click the green bubble somewhere over my head. Leave me a like if you had a good time and spread the word by sharing the video with your friends. With that, here's a giveaway. I'm signing off. Cheerio. Now, you can win one of the boots. Tell me which one of the Nemeziz or the Messis you'd pick and give me a good reason why.